Shit, put them niggas in sports or something, bro. Something to not make them so angry. Instead of spending all your time typing up shit on black people, fucking coon, you fucking black monk. Instead of doing all that shit, how about you go talk to your son and make sure that he doesn't have these intrusive thoughts to go wipe out a whole fucking classroom? How about you go do that, bro? It's your boy Online Davo, and we back with another video. Look, we got a video about EXO Speaks. Black people are the most hated group in America. Now, we ain't react to videos in a minute, but you know it's finna be a banger. Let's get into it and let's see what we're talking about. Come on.
Let me say this clearly, because people love to pretend this isn't real. Black people are the most hated group in America. Somebody right now is racing to their keyboard, ready to hit me with a, y'all are always playing victim. I can feel you through the screen, though, bro. Chill out. Because y'all gotta remember, hatred isn't...
Stop playing the victim. Yeah, you blacks only like to play the victim all day. Put yourself up by your bootstraps.
The fuck up.
just slurs or violence. It's narratives, blame, and how a country talks about you when you're not in the room. And in America, no group gets blamed, scrutinized, generalized, and villainized more consistently than black people. Gotta be honest, right? Every major issue in America somehow gets traced back to us. Whether it's crime, poverty, division, or the country falling apart, somehow it's always us.
Why do you think black people are 13% of the population, commit 50% of the crime, but only contribute 5% to the GDP?
Black fatigue.
Hey, you seen bro face? He like, nah, why the fuck did I accept this interview? You see that nigga face?
Population, commit 50% of the crime, but only contribute 5%.
That nigga like, what?
5% to the GDP.
Like, huh? Damn, but I ain't gonna lie. If at this point, bro, if I hear some 13%, if I'm out and about and I see someone doing a street interview and a nigga asks me and the first thing he say is 13%, hey, bro, I'm not here for all that. Ask me about dating or something like that. Don't ask me about no 1350 shit, my nigga. Okay? Fuck on my face.
GDP.
Black fatigue. It's all over my FYP page. Thank you. I am so happy that this is being brought up. And oh, by the way, for us white people that have been around the block a long time, this isn't new to us. We've been dealing with this for over 40 years.
A white woman who was
What? No, you see, this is what you don't get, Unc. You know my uncle. This is what you don't get, old nigga. We have been dealing with niggas like you for over fucking centuries. You get what I'm saying? Just your mindset telling me something we have been doing with y'all for 40 years. Bo don't even, he either doesn't understand the amount of privilege he has, or he just doesn't give a fuck. Because what are you talking about? But you see, these are the same people. I don't know, he could have a daughter, he could have a son. They all at dinner, he's still saying the same bullshit to them. And then they go and tell the next person. So it's like, it starts at home. It starts at home, and then it's also on the media, on television, and all that stuff, bro. Just what I'm saying. How old do you think he is? 50s? 60s? He's probably the same niggas I be... Oh my God. Never mind, bro. Come on. Come on.
We've been dealing with this for over 40 years.
A white woman who was purchasing something inside makes the claim that a young black child sexually assaulted her.
What?
Surveillance video obtained by Pix11 from inside the Sahara Deli appears to vindicate the young boy, clearly showing him walking by, rushing out to leave with his family.
And the crazy part is...
Damn. So he rubbed up against her?
Rushing out to leave.
Damn, Lord, bro wasn't even... Why the first thing she assumed was being groped, though? Did the nigga elbow have hands and it grabbed your ass? Because it looked like his elbow just rubbed against you.
Indicate the young boy, clearly showing him walking by, rushing out to leave with his family.
And the crazy part is, we've never oppressed anyone. People will bring up the African kingdom when they hear me say that, but it didn't create a world system where Africans dominated continents, extracted wealth worldwide, or enforced racial hierarchy. We don't have a history of colonizing countries. We didn't build empires off of genocide. We didn't steal land across the globe, and we definitely didn't enslave entire races of people. White America constantly shifts the narrative away from its own history and places it on us. Instead of dealing with colonialism, slavery, genocide, exploitation, etc., the focus always becomes black crime, black culture, black behavior, black attitudes. Because if the country...
Hey, nah, bro was wildin'.
black
I remember
crime,
his.
black
Hey,
culture, black
I remember bro used to be going crazy. And he used to be, what you talking about? He would say hella shit. I'm like, damn.
behavior, black attitudes. Because if the country actually sat with the full history of white supremacy, not the brainwashed version that they tried to feed you, not just in America, but globally, the whole system of white superiority would completely collapse. So instead, black people get turned into the scapegoat. If they can successfully convince everybody that we're the biggest threat to society,
Yep.
then they don't have to question who built the system in the first place. So let's talk
Yeah,
about
right.
history for one quick second, right? We all know slavery was horrific. And honestly, me saying that is an understatement. It wasn't
Right.
just forced labor. It changed the entire balance of the world. It created what dedicated towards it, not just a quick 2-minute segment. You get what I'm saying? But even after slavery, the violence didn't stop. For some reason, that just was not enough for them. If we totally disregarded all of the evil that was done to us, you'll start to notice a pattern throughout history. We are not the only people that they have terrorized on a consistent basis. Ours is way more consistent than other people's, but they do this to other groups as well. Of course, it's
Yeah.
not as bad. Nowhere near it. You got things like the My Lai massacre, where US soldiers murdered unarmed Vietnamese civilians.
American soldiers gunned down more than 500 unarmed civilians in a village called My Lai. The dead were women, old men, children.
170 people were marched down in there. Women, old men, babies. GI stood up on the side with their weapons on full automatic and machine gun fire.
There were no weapons captured. There were no draft age males killed. They were civilian.
Nuclear test.
That shit crazy, bro. They was out there doing some crazy shit. And that's the thing, right? That was '04. Nigga, I was like 2. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what was going on. You know? And it's like, damn, these people, they can do whatever they want, but as long as they somehow, some way shift the blame to a minority, everyone's like, yeah, okay, well, all right. It makes sense then. It makes sense. But you gotta remember, it's a class war also, right? Because the billionaires are controlling everything, okay? They got their hands on everything. So they're convincing other people within the same class that, yo, this person is the reason why you're not where you need to be. So that they could like, you know what? Let them fight. Let them do their thing. Let them duke it out. Okay, we're just gonna, only the survivors get to tell the tales. Okay? The victor gets to determine how the story ends. You feel me? So it's like, once people start realizing that they're using white supremacy against them, even though they benefit from it, but also it's like they're so caught up in feeling superior to other minorities that they're not even looking at the people that's really suppressing them, that's really using them against themselves. Nigga, me and you gotta go to the same gas station. Me and you gotta go to the same job. Me and you drive on the same roads. Me, my kid, your kid, I don't got no kid, but everybody kids go to the same schools. But you somehow, some way, you're convinced that you're better than me because you're white? Or because I'm dangerous? Even though I have a clean record and you done got 3 DUIs, but only one of them is really on your record for real. You done got caught speeding 5-10 times, only got a ticket twice. But I'm the one that's dangerous and, you know, being a villain to society. Okay. All right.
On Bikini and Etawitok atolls, where indigenous people were displaced and poisoned for years. They literally tested nukes at their homes, bro. That's crazy. And after their homes were used for nuclear testing, they saw higher cancer rates, abnormal birth defects like extra fingers, extra toes, big heads, clear skin that you could see all of their organs through, and a lot of other horrific side effects that a lot of people don't want to talk about.
Some babies were born without limbs. There was an instant where there was a baby with no arms or legs and no head. The skin was transparent and they could see all the organs beneath the skin.
Oh my God.
This baby was born with white hair and no ears and no genitals.
You also have coups, invasions, and destabilization.
Oh my God. And the thing is, right, you can read about it, but you gotta remember, that's a real person. That's a real baby, bro. No limbs, no nothing. And it's like, they just grow up that way, but it's like they don't know why they're that way until they reach a certain age and they find out why. But it's like shit, when you 10, 12, you can't comprehend that motherfuckers nuked your town and now you got all this radiation. You can't comprehend that. So someone got to tell you, that's just how it be sometimes. Like, I don't know, what the fuck you gonna tell a kid, who grew up with no limbs? What you gonna tell him? What did he do to end up like that? When that could have been prevented. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy.
Across the globe. Listen, I know a lot of y'all racist haters, right? But y'all literally went into Venezuela and kidnapped their president. Y'all just said forget sovereignty, huh? That's not even a thing no more, right? That's crazy. I want you to sit back and think about that for 1 second. What if another country invaded the US and kidnapped our president? All feelings aside about how you may feel about him and his policies, right? Most of us here don't even see that as a possibility. So imagine if it became a reality. If something like that was even attempted, it would be an all-out war, and right. I'm telling the truth. Like that's not crazy to y'all that y'all just went into another and captured a president. That's wild. But when y'all do it, it's okay, right? That's real power abuse. But somehow black people,
they find a way to justify it. They don't find a way to justify it, bro. They think we justify everything. Oh my lord, boy, do they find a way to justify anything if it fits their narrative. Jesus Christ. They say we don't hold our own accountable. Shit. If we don't hold ours accountable, society will. Okay? That's number one thing. If we don't hold our people accountable within the inner circle, someone out there gonna do it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's also like, damn, but if you have a system that never holds these powerful people accountable because it's a white supremacy system, then who are you to tell me that I need to fix my community? My nigga, look at everybody that's in power. What do they all have in common? White. Most of them. White. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, you worry about all the problems in the world, nigga, go talk to your fellow kinmen. Go talk to your skin folk. You feel me? But if all you doing is allowing these people to redirect the accountability to us, nothing's ever going to change. Nothing. Okay? Because the same shit that they've been doing, they're going to keep on doing. And the only thing that's going to change is we get broker and they make more money. And I say we, I mean me and you, if you're a white person. If you're anybody here, me and you. You get what I'm saying? So, hey man, hold the people that you need to hold accountable, bruh. Don't try to find scapegoats in your life.
Are framed as the danger? That don't make sense. Now let's talk about violence, because people love to bring this up. Every time there's a crime involving a black person, it becomes a reflection of all of us. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be something petty or it could be something major. But when violence comes from somebody in the white community, it's a lone wolf, mental health, an isolated incident, right? Yeah. It's different then.
Today, Adam Lanza shot and killed 20 first graders and 6 educators. The report says he had profound mental, emotional, and developmental challenges.
He had a history of mental illness and had become physically aggressive, throwing a chair and glass across the room.
Card was experiencing an acute mental health episode in the months before Wednesday's massacre.
Most of them
usual suspects. You see, that's the thing, bro. Hold yours accountable. Hold them accountable. Okay? If we got these problems that we need to fix in ours, y'all got some shit y'all need to fix in y'all's. Okay? If all these mass shootings and stuff like that, it's like, bro, start having a conversation with your son. Start telling them, look, man, shit, put them niggas in sports or something, bro. Something to not make them so angry. Instead of spending all your time typing up shit on black people, fucking coon, you fucking black muck. Instead of doing all that shit, how about you go talk to your son and make sure that he doesn't have these intrusive thoughts to go wipe out a whole fucking classroom. How about you go do that, bro? And I'm being dead ass serious. It's for real. Alright? Because as we know, teenagers that grow up, they have all these hormones and stuff like that. You need to have a conversation with your kid. If our youth are prone to joining gangs and stuff like that, y'all youth are prone to shooting up niggas, shooting up schools and shit. So what are you doing to combat that? Okay, the best I could do is talk to the local kids in the community, make sure they got their head on straight, make sure they, you know what I'm saying, they pay attention to school, maybe give them some type of advice on a career after high school, or where their next steps are. I could do a little shit like that to try to, you know, guide the troubled youth in the community. But what are you doing to guide your troubled son? Or troubled daughter? It could be both. Shit. So it's like shit. Instead of focusing on what we got going on over here, how about you focus on your backyard? Okay?
Shooters in this country are white males, but nobody says white culture is violent. No one blames white communities as a whole, and no one suggests that white people need to do better as a group. We just send our thoughts and prayers to the victim and keep it pushing until the next tragedy happens. No accountability at all. And that tells you everything you need to know about the double standard. If most of them were black, oh my goodness, it would have been total. They would have been losing it. It would have been crazy, right? In my opinion, black people in America are easy to hate for one reason. Just us being here contradicts their entire narrative. This country loves to talk about freedom, but while it was being built, we were enslaved the whole time. It likes to talk about equality like it was always meant for everyone, but we were deliberately excluded from it and still are to a certain degree. And it talks about justice even though the legal system has historically been used to criminalize us instead of protecting us. Our existence exposes their lies. So instead of fixing the system, it just attacks the...
I mean, shit, if you get reminded of your past deeds every single day, yeah, it's gonna get under your skin, especially if you don't take accountability for it. Like, if you take accountability for it, you know what I'm saying? And you like, you know what, man? And I'm talking about, like, the government and shit like that. That's what I'm talking about, like, the government. If they never take accountability, of course there's gonna always be tension there. You never did nothing to right the wrongs. Whatever, everything you did to try to right the wrongs, it benefited you in the end. It benefited them the most. They never did nothing to just, you know what, black people? This is just for y'all. This is just for you. Because of the shit we did to y'all. It's never nothing like that.
People that expose it. What also makes people uncomfortable is the fact that despite everything that was done to us, Jim Crow, slavery, redlining, mass incarceration, environmental racism, and other things that are still being done to this day, we did not disappear. We're still here. And instead of acknowledging our existence, America just framed it into entitlement and victimhood. But victims don't usually get blamed for everything in society. Targets do. Y'all gotta understand. America needs black people to be seen as the villain. This is very necessary for them. Because if we aren't, then the system has to explain itself. And once people start asking who made the rules, who controls resources, who benefits, that's when things start to get uncomfortable for them. Because they lose control over the narrative. So instead of dealing with that, it's just easy.
That shit crazy, huh? It's always, stop victim blaming people, you know? Stop doing that until it comes to black people. Then it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Hey, everyone can be like, yo, stop victim blaming, man. You know, this person said this. Stop doing all that. But let a black person tell their experience growing up black in America. Man, the fuck up. Shut up. Stop being a victim. All right, pull yourself up, man. Go work harder. All right? All that little shit. But, you know, double standards are going to double standard.
For them to put the blame on us. That narrative makes it easier for them to justify a lot of things that they do. Even if it's complete BS, it don't matter. It's how environmental racism keeps happening, for example, without people noticing or even making a big deal about it. It's why toxic sites get placed in their black neighborhoods, why polluted water gets ignored, and why our communities are treated like they're disposable. If black neighborhoods are already seen as the problem, then neglect doesn't look like neglect anymore. It just looks normal. And harm doesn't look like harm. It looks justified. So the focus stays on us instead of the policy.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Hey, shout out Exo Speech for the video, but you went crazy. You know what's crazy too? I'm reading, where'd that book go? I'm reading this right now. I don't already showed you a hella times, but I'm reading, They Thought They Were Free. I'm reading this right now, right? And it's crazy he said that because in one of the pages is pretty much talking about how in Nazi Germany, how like the Jews and how like the Germans didn't really think too much about the Jews not allowed signs and Jews are not welcome here signs because they already seen it. They was conditioned that way. They was conditioned to see those type of signs already, so that when they went into full effect, it was like, okay, whatever. Like, Jews aren't allowed here. They didn't second guess it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it is now. Like they done program society and condition society to not give a fuck about black people. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna put it bluntly. They condition people to not care about black people. minorities to be exact. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're conditioned to not give a fuck about a certain thing, then it's like, all right, whatever happens to that happens. It is what it is. You know, you start to detach from that. You know, you start to detach from a black person because it's like, yo, I never lived life as a black person. Why would I care what happens to them? You know, until you gotta look yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, like, that is a real person. Like, that person actually has a family. You know, that person actually has a home. Like, I be thinking about that shit. Like, I got a roof over my head. I got a car I drive. There's niggas out here with no car, bro. On foot to pavement. You get what I'm saying? Like, really out here in the rain, snow, the heat, really walking to work, all type of shit. You know, there's niggas out here who really be sleeping in their cars. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm just keeping it real. You know, so it's like, once you get so caught up, focused on you and living your life, you don't have no time to focus on everybody else. You don't have no time to look at the news and seeing what's happening in other areas in your community. You know what I'm saying? But once you do see it, you got two choices. Either speak up against it or just keep your mouth shut. You know? And a lot of people, they choose to keep their mouth shut because they benefit from it. And they don't even know it. But that's all I gotta say on that. I got my little tangent out the way, man. I'm finna go do some jujitsu and go do my thing. Y'all boy be smooth. Y'all boy be blessed in whatever way you feel. I'm gone. Peace.